The sound you hear is what some experts claim to be a Bigfoot scream. Recorded in the state of Washington by a group of campers in 1971, it is regarded as the highest quality audio of the creature ever captured.
Hello, welcome to Bigfoot Real Encounters. We're glad to have you stop by. We'd also like to take this time to invite you to share your encounter. You can send your stories to the email bfrealencounters@mail.com, where we will feature your story with all of the respect that it deserves. So send your stories in, bfrealencounters@mail.com. We look forward to hearing from you and your great stories soon. Hello everybody, welcome to Bigfoot Real Encounters. This is your host, Chris. I'd like to welcome all of our brand new viewers to the channel today. Also all of our returning viewers, welcome. I'm glad you clicked on this video. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate all of the comments I've been getting lately. And just to reiterate something that I haven't talked about for a while, the purpose of this channel is not to prove or disprove the existence of the Sasquatch. Okay? That's already been done in spades. The purpose of this channel is to provide a format for you who have had encounters and wish to share it with others, a proper format with which to get your story out without ridicule. That's a safe place to get your story out. I have watched other channels that do this, and like howtohunt.com with Steve Isdall. I have seen Dixie Cryptid with Cam Buckner and Buckeye Bigfoot. The one thing all of those have in common are folks who email in and say what a relief it is to get the story first put typed out and off their chest, and then to have it presented to the public. They feel a burden lifted. Now the other thing that these channels, as well as other ones, I'm sorry if I didn't mention yours. Anyways, the other thing that they all have in common is a backlog of emails. So I said, hey, I'm sitting here on disability, nothing to do. I can read emails. I have several years of telephone work, doing some telemarketing type of things and phone work, so I can look at a screen and read some emails. And I formed this channel to provide a format for those of you who feel the need and wish to get your story of your encounter out to the public. Your facts matter. You had the experience. Here you go. I will read it word for word, other than the cuss words. I would do my best anyways. I mean, reading these things, sometimes you skip words or whatever, but I'm not going to knowingly not put something in or change the thing up, okay? You know what I mean. So that is the purpose for this channel. I'm not trying to prove the existence. I'm not trying to disprove their existence. That's already done. We all know they're there. We've seen them, okay? We just want to get everybody's story out into the open so that, one, we get it off our chest. First step toward healing, because most of these encounters create a form of PTSD. And the other thing is to share the knowledge. Each encounter has something different, another fact that adds to the entire picture of what these beings are like. how they react, what their personalities are, so that we have a better understanding when we do come across them. And we're finding out that they like to be near us. They could be miles and miles from us in the most remote, inaccessible places to us, and we would never see them. But we're seeing them because they wait on a lonely road at night and then dash in front of our cars and look at us. They could have waited till we went and across the road without us ever seeing them, but no. They make sure we see them. Okay? All right. So here is a chance for all of you to have a great opportunity to tell what happened to you. And if you wish, we'll set things up so that you can tell it yourself. I'm going to be, in the next video or so, talking to Jeffrey Lilly. Now, Jeffrey has had some encounters. Many of you may have seen him on other channels. He's written a couple of books on his life's experiences with these creatures. And his newest book has just been put on Amazon. It's entitled Blessed and Cursed. We'll be talking to Jeffrey. And I guess since I'm coming up with a way to get this done, I'll also extend the invitation to any one of you that wishes to get your story out in this type of a way. Well, then we'll set that up and do that with you also. That way you can tell your story yourself with your own facts in a safe place. You're going to be believed on this channel, and I'm not going to allow folks to ridicule you or poke fun of you or challenge your facts to you while presenting them or in the comments, because the comments will just disappear along with their ability to ever comment again. I can do that. I got the magic button on my channel. So anyways, long introduction, I know, and some folks don't like that, but guess what? It's my channel. And if I want to chit-chat a little bit with the folks that watch my stuff, I'm going to chit-chat with you. I kind of like that format. Excuse me. It's a little less formal and allows me to get to know you a little bit better. So today, we're going to go to the state of Oklahoma, continuing on with our state-by-state encounters, and we see a nice one here in Caddo County, Oklahoma, in June of 2001. This one reads, "We were at my lake house where we were living for the past 3 months. We had returned to get some things that we wanted at our other house, so we spent a couple of hours gathering stuff up and cleaning a bit. I went outside looking for the cat, then my wife followed. I was in the front yard yelling, 'Tiger! Tiger!' My wife went to the backyard and started yelling. Then out of nowhere, she hears a hoot owl. Hoo, hoo, hoot. It was loud. It sounded close to me, and I was in the front yard, but she said it came from not more than 10 feet from her. She stopped, startled. Then another one went off from the other direction, even closer. She came running to the front yard. We weren't more than 15 yards apart to begin with, and I kind of met her 3/4 of the way at the front corner of the house. She's like, 'Oh my God, did you hear that? 2 owls right there above me.' Doesn't sound that creepy, but in the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere with no flashlight, it will startle you." I said, "Yeah, I heard it. What was it?" She said they sounded like owls, but owls are territorial and are never that close unless they're mating. Just as she said that, everywhere around us started hooting. 20 to 30 different ones. Loud too, like stereo turned up all the way in your car. Loud. And then some of the calls turned into jungle noises, like monkeys and toucans, all kinds of noises. And in the middle of some of the calls, it in a way sounded almost like human laughing. but kind of like in an insane way. It just kept getting louder and louder until it was almost ear-piercing, and then there was complete silence. The crickets and bugs started back in, and I heard a twig snap. We hurriedly got in the car and put it in reverse, then peeled out, if you can do that in dirt. On the way down the driveway, not more than 20 yards from our house, I saw the outline of something big and dark colored. But what I remembered the most is the eyes. They almost glowed. Well, I guess they got scared. Out looking for their little kitty, and they had a show put on for them. And it looks like, well, from what I read, it seems like they got laughed at. These things were toying with them, having fun. I have speculated on several videos that the Sasquatch like to mess with us. It's their form of entertainment. I think that it's possible that that's what it is, and here's another indication that it just might be. They're hooting and hollering and then laughing and making other noises. That's really kind of interesting. Now, you know, I'm just talking off the top of my head here because I don't read these before I read them in front of you. I guess this is almost like those videos on YouTube that we watch where you get the reaction when they watch a group on a music video or whatever. That's kind of like what I do. I get these encounters on here. I make sure that it has a little bit of length to it, and I just read it for the first time with you guys. And so you're getting my reaction to it as well as your reaction. So I guess we're experiencing this for the first time together. Just a little explanation in there, a little more chit-chat. But yeah, it looks like the more than likely Sasquatch. I mean, he said he saw the big dark outline and almost glowing eyes. So we probably know what it was. And I've heard that kind of a human voice in the woods with a howling, hooting type of thing. And it sounds like it's another animal, but then you hear that kind of a man-like kind of a voice in there. And I know exactly what they're talking about. But yeah, there was a whole bunch of them that were just laughing. That was their evening's entertainment. My goodness. All right, before we go to the next one, a little bit of channel maintenance. I want to encourage you to like, share, subscribe. Click on that bell notification icon so that you are notified when I upload another video. Also, check out the links in the description below. As I mentioned earlier about Jeffrey Lilley's new book, there is a link to Amazon where his book is located in the description below. There's a Kindle book down there, and there's also the paperback book. There's a link to either one of those. And if you click on them, it'll take you right to there where you can check out and arrange to have that book. It's a good book. I actually did a video several months back on Jeffrey's story, and I'll put up in the upper right hand corner, there'll be a link up there for you to watch that video if you like. But you'll get the full story if you get Jeffrey's book, and I encourage you to do so. Jeffrey's a good guy. Oh yeah, and before I forget, I do have the private Facebook group Bigfoot Anonymous, set up for people who have had encounters to hook up with other folks who have had encounters. That way you can talk encounters back and forth, meet each other in rooms through that page, and discuss what happened in your encounters. Some people can get a few things off their chest, maybe come up with solutions to if you're having bad dreams or other things connected with your encounter. Or maybe you're having ongoing encounters and you would like to talk to others and see if maybe there's a solution to make them stop. And again, this page is not a source for stories from me for this YouTube channel. Everything that's shared on that private page will stay on that private page. If you wish me to share your story, it will be through bfrealencounters@mail.com, or if you share something in the comment section below. Alright, so let's see if we can find another story here. Okay, we found one here in the summer of 1999. It's in Oklahoma County, Oklahoma. And this one reads, "This is a story I've been reluctant to even think about. One night, me and 3 other friends were in a storage shed located on the back of my friend's property, fetching things we needed. We decided to head back to the house after we got what we came for, and I was left behind attempting to latch the door because it was very old and hard to get it to fasten properly. My 3 buddies had walked off at this time, leaving me headed towards the house. I was walking the exact same path they were taking, actually more of a faster trot, when I heard a noise like disturbed leaves to the left of me. Curiously startled, I stopped and looked in the direction of the noise, and there it was. Now at this location, it happens to be at the back of the house, and there's a chain link fence and about 15 feet separating me and this creature. The thing I remember most is the size of this thing and the silhouette of the creature's head to neck and shoulders. Where a human has a visible neckline, what I witnessed had not. But I did notice huge shoulder muscles, too supernatural to be any one I've seen. I didn't notice how dense the hair on the body of this creature was, so it could have added to the size of what I saw. I didn't mention this, but there was only moonlight for me to see this by. Also, this thing's abdomen was also tremendous and in a well-defined V shape atop curvy big legs. I have read some of the other people's reports, and a lot noticed a pungent odor, but I did not. And I believe that there was only 15 feet at the most between me and this creature. But what I did notice was a deep, deep breathing sound, and then a deep growl, rumble, like a cougar kind of intermittent, if that makes any sense. And after that, it prompted me to slowly walk off out of fear. This occurrence only took about 30 to 45 seconds, but I remember what I saw. I never mentioned this to anyone until about a year later, when my friend had told me about something strange that happened in the woods near the property. I've heard from the friend that owns the property of strange noises and banging, loud, constant clacking of branches that come to an abrupt stop in weird screeching, only at night. Okay, this doesn't really give much of his reaction to what he saw. I think if I was walking a path back to the house by myself after my 3 buddies had gone on, and there the thing was 15 feet away, I'd have been quite startled. Well, I mean, more than just startled. Wow. But there we have another type of encounter with another type of reaction from the creature and from the person that saw it. And these are all different. The creature's all doing different types of things, and it's really quite interesting. This fella just matter-of-factly tells what happened to him and doesn't put a whole lot of emotion into it. Said that he could hear breathing. There's a lot of people talking about hearing these creatures breathing. It sounds like they have huge lungs, and some mention gurgling sound, like maybe they got a lot of phlegm or something in there. It's almost kind of gross to think about that, but yuck. Anyway, there's another encounter that happened. Let's see if we have time. We do have time. Let's get another encounter in here. Let's take a look at this one here in September of 2005, Comanche County. This one reads, "Hi, I'm from Cache, Oklahoma. My story takes place in the Wichita Mountain, just a couple of miles away from my home. About 5 years ago, I was at Camp Waishua for a church outing, and there are mountains that surround the land. My grandma asked me if I want to hike this mountain with her, and I said, yeah. Well, we began to walk up this mountain, and I took off from her and went ahead, and I'm rushing up the mountain when I hear someone running a little ways up from me. So I went to see what it was, and I see these two tall white creatures, and they have hair that covers their bodies. I could even see the dirt stains in their fur where they were so tall their faces were covered by the trees. So I asked them who they are. They didn't answer, so I kept asking questions. They don't respond, so I yelled for my grandma and then started to run away until I couldn't see them anymore. I told everyone what I saw. They thought they were joggers, but there's only one way up that mountain, no other. Now I remember the story my grandma told me about the mountain next to it. Her brothers and sisters said they seen tall creatures with trees on their head. I believe that there's something in those mountains, and there's more than one that have made it their home. Wow, that is very, very unusual. I'm not sure what type of a creature that might have been. Boy, this is a Bigfoot channel, but we'll go ahead and leave that in there. Some of the spelling and grammar in this was a little difficult, but the person saw something, and it remembered it their entire life. Now, this is in the Wichita Mountains. There are a lot of stories about the Wichita Mountains. I may just do a video specifically about those. A lot of Bigfoot stories and other creatures. Just a lot going on in the Wichita Mountains. There's a lot of high strangeness there, so we may have to come back to this, swing back around, and get this and some other stories to go along with it. But there we go again, another eyewitness account of creatures in the forest. There are a lot of different creatures in the forest that we are not told about. This channel basically deals with the Bigfoot, Sasquatch, whatever. And of course there are many other ones in there. The Bigfoot are usually, they just don't want bothered. They'll chase you out, they'll push over trees and stuff like that. And once in a while there's a bad one, and other Bigfoot will protect us. But there are other things out there that seem to have nefarious purposes. So the whole purpose of this channel is for people to, like I said in the beginning, to get these stories and eyewitness encounters off your chest, and make the public aware, so we'll know how to react when we're out and come across them. And this is just another creature here that we should watch out for. They didn't respond to this person when they tried to talk to him. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon so that you are notified when another upload of the videos goes out. Check all the links in the description below. Get Jeffrey Lilly's books. They're very good books. It talks about his encounters over his lifetime. There are several, and very good stories. You'll learn a lot from them. I highly recommend them. Remember Bigfoot Anonymous, the private Facebook group where you can interact with others who have also had encounters. All right. Remember, keep an eye on the tree line to see what's keeping an eye on you. See you in the next one. Once again, another great story. Thanks for tuning in. Please share your encounter. Email us, bfrealencounters@mail.com. Your story is very important. we will treat it with the respect that it deserves. Also, be sure to smash the like button, share, and subscribe. Thanks once again. We look forward to hearing from you soon. Watch out for our next video. Maybe we'll feature yours. Have a great day.